Have you ever wondered about the strangest photos that time has forgotten? Today, we will reveal to you the strangest and most fascinating vintage photos that you will love. I promise you, enjoy the show. Remember those magnificent P-51 Mustangs? Back in 1944, pilots added their personal touch with amazing nose art. Our ground crews painted beautiful pin-up girls on these flying machines. These artworks became so iconic that photographers started staging glamour shots with real models right on the planes. Meet Debbie Harry of Blondie, the queen of punk who changed the game in 1978. Looking sharp in her military-style jacket, she brought high fashion to rock music. Did you know she started as a Playboy bunny before becoming a rock icon? Her band's hit Heart of Glass mixed punk with disco, shocking everyone. The 1957 Trans-Antarctic expedition got quite a surprise. Their custom-built Tucker Snowcat discovered a massive hidden crevasse in the most dramatic way possible. Amazingly, quick thinking and some clever engineering saved both the vehicle and crew. These brave explorers later completed the first-ever land crossing of Antarctica, covering 2,158 miles. Here's a rare moment from 1985, young River and Joaquin Phoenix in their family kitchen. This snapshot captures them making dinner, wearing those classic 80s jackets. River, already a rising star, was teaching his younger brother the ropes of Hollywood. Today, Joaquin continues the family legacy, becoming one of cinema's most remarkable performers. Meet Olga Borisova, a legendary Soviet circus performer from 1977. Her unique act featured a 400-pound lion balanced on her shoulders, an incredible feat that amazed audiences worldwide. Remember Jane Seymour from 1980? Before becoming Dr. Quinn, she captured hearts as Bond girl Solitaire in Live and Let Die. Fun fact, this rising British star actually trained as a ballet dancer before Hollywood called. Now that's what you call a career change. A couple takes a photo to commemorate their road trip through the Great Smoky Mountains National Park in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, circa 1950. Step back to 1979's Buck Rogers, where Pamela Hensley dazzled as Princess Ardala in this stunning costume. The show's designers spent 3 weeks hand-sewing thousands of crystals onto this iconic dress. Rumor has it the outfit was so heavy, she could only film for 30 minutes at a time. Inside the Douglas Aircraft Plant, 1943. Each SBD Dauntless took 12,000 work hours to build, with crews working around the clock. The plant delivered these magnificent machines at an astonishing rate, one every 2 hours. American engineering at its finest. March 1964, downtown Anchorage experienced nature's raw power. This 9.2 magnitude quake lasted an incredible 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Southampton Docks, 1912. This poignant moment captures the gathering at Berth 44, where the surviving crew members returned home. The White Star Line's dock became a symbol of resilience as families reunited after an unprecedented maritime journey. Here's Sally Field right before Smokey and the Bandit made box office history in 1977. Universal Studios doubted this sitcom actress could pull off action comedy. Guess what? The film earned $300 million and launched her incredible career transformation. She'd go on to win 2 Academy Awards. Cambridge, 1965, young Stephen Hawking and Jane Wilde shortly after their engagement. Fascinating detail. They met at a New Year's party just before doctors gave Stephen his famous diagnosis. Jane, a medieval Spanish poetry student, said his mind and sense of humor captivated her instantly. Behind the scenes of Batman, 1968, Adam West and Yvonne Craig taking a break from fighting Gotham's villains. Fun fact, Craig was a professional ballet dancer before becoming Batgirl. Those high kicks and acrobatic moves, all real, no stunt doubles needed. This stunning 1945 photo captures Vivian Leigh as Cleopatra in Caesar and Cleopatra. The crown alone took 3 weeks to handcraft. Fascinating detail. Despite playing Egypt's queen, Leigh insisted on keeping her signature cat-eye makeup style instead of traditional Egyptian look. The film's costume budget exceeded $1 million, astronomical for 1945. London, 1929. A glimpse of city life in vibrant color. These red double-deckers were advertising new stars at the Palace while cruising past grand Victorian buildings. Each bus fare, just 6 pence. Those magnificent general omnibuses carried over 2 million Londoners daily through the roaring 20s. Henderson, Nevada, 1958. When bowling alleys were social hotspots. This desert oasis offered much more than strikes and spares. Those towering letters cost $10,000 to build. Serious money back then. Behold, 4.5 megabytes of data in 1955. This stack of 62,500 punch cards would fill a modern smartphone's memory in less than a second. Amazingly, it took a full room of cabinets just to store what we now casually attach to a single email. Meet Madeline Smith from Live and Let Die, 1963. Sony's mind-blowing 5-inch portable TV hit the market at $189.95. That's nearly $1,800 today. This tiny marvel ran on both household power and car batteries. Japanese engineers managed to shrink 23 transistors and 15 diodes into something smaller than a lunchbox. President Nixon using chopsticks during a banquet with Premier Zhou Enlai, the 26th of February, 1972. Before becoming president, Harry Truman led Battery D in France, 1918. His men nicknamed him Captain Harry. But here's something special. He wore thick glasses yet memorized the eye chart to join the army. Luxury in the Great Depression. A 1931 Pierce Arrow showroom in Missouri. These beauties cost up to $8,000 when a new Ford was just $600. Fascinating detail. The showroom floor tiles had arrow patterns pointing to each car. Pierce Arrow was the Rolls-Royce of America until the crash changed everything. Picture this. Venice, 1953. Hollywood's golden boy, Kirk Douglas, cruising the canals in style. That signature beard nearly ended his career. Studio heads demanded he shave it off. Douglas simply answered, "A beard worked for Abraham Lincoln." The movie grabbed 6 Academy Awards. 1955 brought together 2 incredible pieces of American history. Bill Lundy, born in 1848, standing next to a modern jet fighter. This remarkable gentleman started life in a world of horse carriages, yet lived to see planes break the sound barrier. Technology advanced so fast that the aircraft beside him could fly higher in minutes than his entire regiment could march in months. Meet Shelley Duvall at the Los Angeles airport, 1975. Before starring in The Shining, she turned heads with her unique style. Those platform shoes and checkered socks became a signature look of the 70s. 1945 marked a pivotal moment in technological history. This 10,000-pound device revolutionized scientific understanding of atomic physics. Many Manhattan Project scientists later dedicated their lives to peaceful nuclear research. Today, those same advances power cities worldwide. Paris, 1952. A young ballet student practices on a rooftop, unaware she'll become an international sensation. That graceful dancer, Brigitte Bardot. Within 5 years, this determined teenager would transform from classical ballerina to global movie star. Cape Canaveral, July 1950. The first rocket launch from America's gateway to space. The photographers didn't know they were capturing history. This humble bumper rocket would spark decades of space exploration. From this modest beginning, the same launch pad would later send astronauts to the moon. 1964, a teenage Sigourney Weaver screaming at a Beatles concert. Before battling aliens in Alien, she was just another fan caught up in Beatlemania. That same electric energy would later fuel her own Hollywood stardom. Times change, but some things stay the same. From rock concerts to red carpets, star power never fades. Imagine America's greatest monument looking like an abandoned chimney. The Washington Monument stood unfinished for 2 decades, a lonely tower on empty fields. Construction halted in 1857 when money dried up. The change in marble color you see today marks where building resumed in 1877. Hollywood's most famous triangle caught on camera, 1961. Elizabeth Taylor, relaxing with husband Eddie Fisher and future husband Richard Burton. A snapshot before the scandal erupted. Taylor and Burton would soon become Golden Hollywood's favorite couple. Hawaii, 1964. Old Blue Eyes traded his tuxedo for beachwear, prepping for his directorial debut. Studying scripts on sandy shores beats smoky nightclubs. The chairman of the board took his first turn behind the camera just as seriously as his legendary performances. Philadelphia, 1876. Lady Liberty's torch-bearing arm arrived before she did. Standing alone at America's first World's Fair, this 42-foot arm helped raise funds for the full statue. Visitors paid 50 cents to climb up to the torch balcony. Houston, 1969. The first man on the moon traded his spacesuit for a chef's hat. Before mastering lunar landings, Neil Armstrong perfected his pizza landings. From precise calculations in space to precise measurements in the kitchen. Jay Hansen, seated right, District Secretary of the National Sailors and Firemen's Union, awards shipwreck pay to survivors. The Astor Hotel's Auto Salon, 1918, where Detroit met Manhattan elegance. Imagine rolling up in your Model T to find cars displayed like crown jewels in an opera house. These weren't just showrooms. They were automotive theaters complete with marble columns and crystal chandeliers. New York Military Academy, 1964. Young Donald Trump serving as a cadet captain in his senior year. Before Manhattan skyscrapers, there were military drills and academy honors. From disciplined cadet to business mogul, the academy's strict routine shaped many future leaders. Hollywood, 1924. When that famous sign read Hollywoodland and was actually a real estate advertisement. Built for $21,000, those 45-foot letters lit up at night to sell luxury home plots. Originally meant to last just 18 months, the sign stuck around. The land part finally dropped off in 1949 when the city restored it. San Francisco, 1922. Marketing rolled to a whole new level. Peters Brothers shoe shop turned a Model T into a giant boot. Talk about putting your best foot forward in advertising. This creative ride probably caused more traffic jams than shoe repairs. Imagine explaining to a traffic cop why you're driving a 12-foot leather boot down Market Street. 1962. When grocery shopping had style. Thrifty Mart wasn't just about bargains. Those space-age lampposts and that atomic-era sign screamed "Welcome to tomorrow." Parked outside, those magnificent Chevys and Fords turned every shopping trip into a car show. Before Platinum Blonde, before Hollywood Glitz, just Norma Jean in plaid at the beach. Still working at an airplane factory, she'd model on weekends for extra cash. This small-town girl had no idea her smile would become a global icon.